basics you need to start with to play metal guitar solos. I'm going to show you exactly what those are in this video so that your solos don't sound mechanical or sound like you're just practicing scales. In fact, we're not playing scales in this video. We're not even diving into theory or anything like that. And we're going to take it a step further. You're going to play an actual guitar solo, an actual metal guitar solo. If you're new at playing solos, or if you've thought of yourself as just a rhythm player, well, nope, you are a metal lead guitar player. Now, real quick, if you do not have my free practice guide, Metal Riffs and Licks, grab a copy. There's a link in the description. This is the solo that you and I are about to learn. This is the first part, the first little lick that you're going to play. So that first note that we play on the G string, we're on the 9th fret, this note here. A couple of things about that first note. I'm adding what's called vibrato to it, kind of subtly. The other thing I want to share about this is I don't have my finger pressed down very hard on that note. I'm not digging in, I'm not really trying to bend it all out of whack. It's just a very light touch. Next we go to this part here. Now you hear some more vibrato, and all vibrato really is, I mean, you're bending the string. The vibrato, you're just bending it a little bit. When you actually bend the string, well, you're bending it to another note. So here, when we go from the 9th fret G string, 9 to 11, we're actually going to bend that note up to what would be 12. So instead of playing this, we're bending it. Just a half bend. Now, I want you to notice something. Look at the position of my fingers. Now, I'm playing this a little bit slower, but look at the position of my right hand, my picking hand. When you string bend, you tend to get some string noise sometimes. Sometimes noise resonates from the surrounding string. So I take these two fingers, and I love this little trick, and I just hover them over, in this case, the D string and the B string. So that way, I don't get any string noise at all. When we go back to the 9th fret, I immediately go to the B string 11th fret. That's part one. The second part to this little lick here is going to be this. Let me just play it in context real quick. That little lick right there, this is called legato picking. You'll notice I picked the first few notes, but I didn't pick all of the notes. I used what's called some hammer-ons and pull-offs, which equates to legato picking essentially. So what we're doing here, we're on the B string, we're on frets 10 and 11. And again, a hammer-on pull-off is just like this. You see how I picked the 10th fret, but I hammered down. I hammered down and pulled off on the 11th fret there. And then as I do that, I also head over to the G string 12th fret without picking it, and then land back on the B string 10th fret, and I pick that last note. So you could just practice just this little lick here. Let's move on to the second and final half of this solo, and I hope you're enjoying this so far. Let me play it all the way through so you can hear it in context. Alright, so that second half, we actually go back, and I just want to keep this simple. We go back to the starting point, the G string 9th fret. We're right here, and the first few notes, let's just hang on these first few notes because there's another technique we're about to throw in that I haven't covered yet. So we threw in a slide, and I love throwing in slides because it changes how you get to the destination. It's like, okay, my destination is this other note, but I don't want to just play the other note. Remember, we're not just playing notes. This is not about, well, okay, we played that note, that fret, and yada, yada, yada. No, we're pouring our heart and soul into every single note as much as we possibly can. And things like vibrato and string bends, and of course the slide that we're about to go through, these are just ways to do that. It's ways to get to that destination, but to make that journey much more exciting instead of just like, okay, play this note, then play that note. No, let's not do that. Let's slide there instead this time. So we're on the 9th fret of the G string. Then we're going to go up to the 11th fret. We've already played these notes, but we're making this sound a little bit different. So we go 9, 11, and then I take that ring finger. I've got my ring finger on the 11th fret, and I just slide just a little bit. Kind of slide almost up to the 9th fret, and then I've got that first finger right there, kind of looks like a claw. It's going to land on the 7th fret as I do that. And I don't want you to overthink, well, where do I stop the slide? Just kind of make it feel natural. Just make it flow as much as you can. And the way to do that is just practice this over and over until it starts to feel natural and until you start to develop your own way of approaching this. So just go through this a few times. Pause the video and just practice this stuff. Practice the little licks over and over and over. The more you play this, the more you'll actually answer your own questions, and you'll find that, okay, well, this way of sliding or this way of bending works better for me. It's feeling more natural to me. Because again, you're not just playing a bunch of notes, or in this case, just a few notes. We're not just playing notes on the fretboard. No, we are pouring our heart and soul into this. So now, the next part, we're going to implement a new technique that we have not covered yet. So let me play it in context. See what I did there, or hear what I did there? We added a metal riff technique. We added just a slight bit of palm muting to this one little piece here. So what we're doing is we're playing on the G string frets 4, 5, 4. Okay, this part right here. Then we go over to the D string, 5th fret. Then I'm going to go back to the G string and land on the 3rd fret because we're kind of going to that B flat note at this part in the rhythm. A real quick note, no pun intended, but if you want to learn the rhythm part to this, there is a video where I cover this. So I'll leave that link to that video in the description, so check that out later. But in any case, back to this part. So G string 4, 5, 4, D string 5, and then back to G string 3. We're palm muting all of those notes except, of course, for the one that we land on, that 3rd fret. Again, pause the video and practice that lick over and over. You'll have a lot of fun playing it because it feels like you're just playing kind of like a metal riff. And it's kind of like when you throw in the palm muting, it's like where the riffs and leads kind of connect together and they just complement one another so beautifully. All right, the last part of the solo is really just another legato hammer-on pull-off that we do. We've already gone through that down here. We're just going to do it in another spot, okay? So this is, let me play this in context and we'll go over that last part. So again, that very last piece. So all we're doing, we're on the G string, we're going to be between frets 3 and 5. So we're going to go 3, we're going to pick that note, hammer down on 5, pull off, okay? Then that ring finger is going to go over to the D string, 5th fret, hammer down on that, and very quickly we're going to go back to our third fret of the G string there. So it's like this. Now it is time for you and I to play the solo in the full mix. If this video helped you, I actually have a beginner's lead guitar course. It's called Lead Guitar Apprentice. That is part of the Jason Stallworth Guitar Academy. So that's the perfect place to really nail down these techniques and of course to grow and get into some of the more advanced techniques. And you'll be not only learning licks and techniques, but you're going to be playing actual solos throughout that course. So check that out at the Jason Stallworth Guitar Academy. There's a link in the description. What I want you to do is go back through any part of this video or every part of it that you might have found a little challenging, or if it's just a part you want to work on, a technique you want to work on a little bit more. I've got timestamps in the description as well to each section of the solo that you learn. There might be like the part where we did that little bend in the beginning. You might want to work on that a little more, or the part where we did the slide. I encourage you to go through those over and over and over, and like I said in the video, you're going to develop your own natural way of approaching this, of playing these notes and applying these techniques. And I'm excited about that for you because That's what lead guitar playing is all about. Lead guitar playing, guitar soloing, it's not about trying to play like this person or that person, and I've said this on countless videos, but I strongly encourage you to develop your own style. You have that within you. And hey, give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That helps the channel. I appreciate that, but it also helps get this video in front of other guitar players that want to learn this stuff as well. So as always, keep it metal and keep playing music.